Happy morning, children. Yes, in our social class today, we're going to continue with the chapter that we have seen in the last class. So, from history, we have seen the chapter, the first cities, right? So, we're going to continue with the chapter today. So, in the last class, you might have learned about Indus Valley civilization, period and extent, city architecture, under that, town planning, and streets, houses and buildings, drainage system, the great bath, granaries, all these topics were covered in the last class, right? That's right. Okay, in today's class, we'll start with the life of the people. Are you guys ready? Yes, let's get started. Yes, synopsis. So, the topics which are to be covered in this class are life of the people, governance, farming and cattle herding, pottery, craftsmen, jewelry, cloth making, toys, religious beliefs, and seals. Okay, so these are the topics which we are going to see in this class today. Yes, the topic is life of the people. So under that we have got few points essentially revolved around food, water, shelter and security, main concerns of humans, cave dwellers, urbanization of cities, growth of population at settlement, grew food crops, making tools, building houses and other structures, carts, working as labor and traders, etc. So let's now see the life of the people in those civilization. So if you take the life of the people of those civilization like Indus Valley civilization, Harappan civilization and all, the life of people essentially revolved around food, water, clothing, shelter and security. These have been the main concern of humans since a very long time, and even when they were cave dwellers, the same have remained as their basic needs ever since. So the main thing, the main importance they give for food, water, clothing, shelter and security. And the civilizations around the same times as the Harappan era along the Indus Valley demonstrate the urbanization of cities, which means growing of cities. Growth of population at settlements would have taken place at a greater pace. It is understandable that the people who grew food crops managed to grow enough crops for more than their own needs. So they could manage to grow more crops. So even if they produce a lot, they can save it, thus leaving the others free to take on the other associated works like making tools, building houses and other structures, carts, working as a labor and traders and so on. So some were concentrating on growing crops, that is agriculture. If they could make more crops, the other people they can concentrate on other works like making tools, building houses and structures, cards, and they would also work as laborers and traders and so on. They had other works to do. So these are the important points if you take the life of the people. And then the next topic is governance. Okay, the governance. So no specific findings about rulers, systematic administration, adopted a system of governance, headman took decisions, uniting among themselves, fighting off anyone from outside the community, protector and ruler. Okay, fine, we'll see this in detail. So if you take the governance, no specific findings have been made to confirm about rulers during this period. So we couldn't get any proof regarding the rulers of this period, but we got some signs that they were governed by a very systematic administration, and as the society grew in numbers, people adopted a system of governance. So there was more population, so they just adopted a system of governance. They possibly had a headman who took decisions on issues of all types, including sharing of space and conflicts among people. So there was a people headman who is in charge of everybody, so he could only take decision on issues of all types, like if even if they had any conflicts among the people or sharing of space and all, only that person, headman, he got the right to solve all those issues, and they must have devised a system of securing their area from any outsider by way of uniting among themselves and fighting off anyone from outside the community. It is likely that this would have later taken the form of an army, which was probably led by someone who ultimately became the protector and ruler. Yes, these are about the governance of those people. Next topic is farming and cattle herding. Principal occupation of the people had enough surplus, tools like plows and sickles. Remnants of grains indicate that the people used to grow wheat, barley, maize, millet, and cotton. Developed the art of taming and rearing cattle, goat, sheep, along with dogs and pigs. No traces of horse. Yes, we'll see in detail. So, if you take the farming and cattle herding of those period, farming and cattle herding remained the principal occupation of the people in the Indus Valley civilization. So, that was their main occupation. They started to grow crops and had enough surplus so as to store them for future use also. The presence of tools like plows and sickles and the remnants, the remainings of the grains, it indicates that people of this civilization used to grow wheat, barley, maize, millet and cotton. So these are the important crops. So wheat, barley, maize, millet and cotton. So these are the important crops of those period. And there is evidence that the people of the Indus Valley civilization had developed the art of taming and rearing cattle, goat, sheep along with dogs and pigs. And however, it appears that horse was not known to them, as no traces of horse have been found close to the Indus Valley civilization sites. So they couldn't find any traces of horse near the Indus Valley civilization sites. Next topic, pottery. Pottery of different shapes, sizes and designs. The art of making good quality earthenware, geometric and figurative designs, first glazed in heat, were then used extensively. So if you take the pottery, so pottery of different shapes, sizes and designs have been unearthed from these sites, and this shows that people had mastered the art of making good quality earthenware. So the earthenware have been decorated with geometric and figurative designs. They were first glazed in heat and then were used extensively. Okay children, look at the picture here. These are the pictures of the pottery of those days. So you could see the different shapes, sizes and designs. The designs are very minute and delicate. It looks so beautiful, isn't it? Okay children, next we move to the craftsmen. Okay. The artwork on the pots and many other items of beads, stones, metals have variety of colors and textures. Craftsmen were quite good and well skilled. Pottery made of terracotta has a reddish color with designs in black. See the artworks on the items like beads, stones, metals, and it has variety of colors and textures, and the craftsmen were very good and they were quite skilled. And pottery made of terracotta, it has a reddish color with designs in black. Yes, the next topic, jewelry. Ornaments like bangles, bead necklaces, amulets, rings, etc., made of gold, silver, bronze, and even of terracotta have been found at excavation sites. This also shows that people were aware about the existence and use of various metals. You see the ornaments that we could find there were bangles, beard necklace and rings, all that, and it was all made of gold, silver and bronze. So this shows that people were aware of the various metals. Yes, this is the picture of the jewelries made in the Indus Valley civilization. So we could see a variety of jewels, right? Neck pieces, bangles, and the neck pieces, it is made of beads and some other various metals. Yes, these are some of the jewels. Now we are moving to the next topic, that is cloth making. People made cloth from cotton, findings of spindles and spindle wheels, art of cloth making as prevalent. A stone statue of a man found from Mohenjo-daro shows him wearing a cloth with embroidered flowers. So, if you see the cloth making, archaeologists have found evidence that people made cloth from cotton, and the findings of spindles and spindle wheels show that thread was being made from cotton. Small pieces of cloth also indicate that the use of cotton and the art of cloth making was prevalent. A stone statue of a man was found from Mohenjo-daro, which shows him wearing a cloth with embroidered flowers on it. So, this shows that people were using cloth and they were making cloths from cotton. So, they could find that from the spindles and the spindle wheels. It shows that thread was being made from the cotton and they could make cloths from that. Yes, we are moving into the next topic, toys. The excavations have brought out various earthen toys made of terracotta. These include a variety of dolls, plows, carts, etc. So if you see the people of Indus Valley civilization, they have made earthen toys which is all made of terracotta, and we could find that they made variety of dolls and then plows and carts, etc. Yes, this picture here shows the earthen toys which were all made in the Indus Valley civilization. Yes, you could see variety of dolls and plows and carts here, right? Yes. The next topic, religious beliefs. So here we have got few points. I'll just read it out. The figures of Mother Goddess, the insignia on the seals indicate that the people prayed to Bull, the people tree and Pashupati. Some fire altars, places for sacrifices. So if you see the religious beliefs, so in those days people also had religious beliefs. The figures of Mother Goddess, the insignia on the seals indicate that the people prayed to the bull, the peepal tree and the Pashupati, that is Shiva. So we could come to know that people prayed to the bull. Okay, of course, as it is helpful for agriculture, and the peepal tree, and it's one variety of tree, and in Tamil we say it as Arasamaram, and the Pashupati, that is Shiva, God, Lord Shiva. Okay, so they used to pray these gods. There is evidence that there were some fire altars which were probably used as places for sacrifice. So they come across fire altars which were used for sacrifices. So here you could see the picture of Mother Goddess figurine. So this is the picture of Mother Goddess which those people of Indus Valley worshipped. The next topic, seals. Different shapes, square or rectangular, pictorial motifs and inscriptions, people, tree, bull or god, Pashupati, worshipped by the people of those times. Okay, we'll see all these points in detail. So if you take the topic seals, variety of seals have been found from these sites, and there are of different shapes, but most of them are square or rectangular. So if you see the shapes of the seals, they are most of in the shape of square or rectangular. They have pictorial motifs and inscriptions on them. So we could see the pictures on those seals and also inscriptions. And most of the seals have either a bull, a peepal tree or a god, which is widely believed to be Pashupati. So as we have seen the religious beliefs, so people used to worship bull, peepal tree and Pashupati as god, right? So on the seals also we could find the pictorial representation of these god. They convey that all these three would have been worshipped by the people of those times. So, by looking at the seals, we could come to know that people worshipped all these three god. Yes, this is the picture which shows the seals of those Indus Valley civilization. So it has a pictorial script, and there are seals which shows bulls and elephants. Yes. Okay, children, we have come to the end of this session. So, these are all the topics that we have covered in today's class, and from the next class, we'll continue with the trade and commerce. Okay, so we'll complete this chapter in the next class. So, for your homework, I'll give you the PDF. You'll just have to copy the notes. Thank you, children. We'll see you in the next class.